questions.
Points in the paint tonight, especially in the second half. How much did that hurt you guys?
I think it hurt quite a bit. I mean, just getting downhill and just people running in your paint is not what we're trying to do or what we're about. And that was one of the topics of conversation afterwards is, we have to stand our ground. We got to be in gaps. The things that we just did against a really good team, this team is 4-0. They play a fast style, an aggressive style, and they're putting their head down. And they knew all those things, got themselves a 12-point lead, and then just a little bit of boredom. I would say that, part of that is going to be on me because I need to recognize if the energy's not there, we're just going to have to hockey sub, whatever it takes to make sure that our energy is where it needs to be, and I have to own that.
Doug, where are those? Are there breakdowns that are happening? Where are guys getting those passes to the rim?
Just blow-bys, gambling, fundamentally when they do it the correct way, we see that it can be done. But it's almost like sometimes we get a little bored with the monotony of doing things the right way and having success at it. But, I mean, pretty simplistic. I have to go back and watch the film, to be honest with you, because a lot of times, as bad as it feels right now, you'll say things and feel a certain way, and then you go back and watch it and you go, oh, well, it was something a little different.
Are there enough positives and good things? Like, you guys have had some fourth quarter leads in all these games until tonight. Are there enough positives to kind of focus on those and while you try to clean up the things that aren't being done right?
Well, I think, the positive is that when you play the right way, you have the ability to win games in this league, no doubt. Like, this team, you're up, you can do it. OKC, you could do it. You beat Utah, the Lakers, Phoenix, every single game, you see it there. And then the ability to consistently be present and stay fundamentally sound it's difficult, but good teams do it. And right now, that's why I said in the early presser, we're not ready for that type of success, because sometimes you'll have success and it's not really what it is, and you'll start believing it. And we need to actually be doing it consistently for 48 minutes.
And how about Zach? Fourth 30-point game in 5 for him already. Just what are you seeing from him in terms of his scoring ability and the rest of his game?
We know what Zach does. Zach can put the ball in the basket with the best of them. He's always been able to do it. But there are no moral victories. He's got 30, we lose. I'm sure he doesn't want to have 30 and lose. I'm sure if you ask Zach, he would take 20 and a win. So that's really it. I mean, but him as a player and the things that he's doing on the court, I mean, it's undeniable. He's also shooting a good percentage when the ball moves around, and it's just a beautiful thing to watch. But for whatever reason, we're not getting the second sides and different things like that like we do when we get the lead, and then all of a sudden it gets a little stagnant, and we have to find a way to continuously move the ball and trust each other and play for each other with next actions. That's who the Sacramento Kings are and are going to be while I'm here. We're going to figure out a way to be physical, to rebound the basketball, and to share the basketball. You got to defend, rebound, and share. That's our core principles, and we will get there.
Just with Zach, coming back to the place he's been here for a long time, contributing as such, did you sense any or get any wind of any extra emotions that he maybe carried coming into this game? Just kind of how do you feel like he handled the emotions with this?
No, Zach is a pretty stoic dude, just kind of relaxed. So no, I didn't get that. Except I know from playing in this league that when you come back, there's a little something. I'm sure that his teammates and everybody wanted to win the game for him, but and DeMar as well. But no, I didn't get anything extra special. He was locked in and ready to go, like Zach is always locked in and ready to go.
How emotional was that video for you? And obviously you gave the thump on the chest, and, acknowledging 8 years here. I mean, just kind of emotional night for you.
Yeah, but not as emotional as you would think. I mean, This felt like I came home. I love Chicago. I love you guys. You know, through ups and downs. I mean, I've grown my family here. I've had major moments, low points. I became a man here, so it was very appreciative. But I think the love is reciprocal. So it's something that isn't going to be like, okay, this happened and now it's over. I'll always love Chicago, and I love the guys over there. I love Billy. I'm really excited for him.
So you and Billy had like a nice talk after the game, and then Modest came up to you. What were those kind of conversations like?
He was just asked. I've been dealing with a little illness last couple of days, so he's like, "You look a little sick out there." I'm glad you were. And then I told Modest how good of a game he had. You have a towel? It's hot as hell in here. Told Modest how good of a game he had. I mean, Modest is looking so good. They're playing so well. But then I asked him, I was like, why did you jump at the end? I didn't want to. We're trying to come back. I don't know why he jumped. But, just catching up all the time. Billy said, you looking good. You playing well. Miss you, all the good things. So it was good to see everybody.
Zach, you brought up Modest, and obviously you guys, last year, you even saw a guy, you guys did nothing but throw praise his way, even in training camp. You guys saw that the makeup, the skill set was there.
Yeah.
So you're not surprised by what he is right now?
No, Modest is just the trajectory that he's going to be on. The athleticism and the mindset was already there. Every time I came back and worked at the AC at nighttime, he was asking me, "Can I come in with you?" Thank you. He was asking me, "Can I come in and work with you?" You just don't see his development get better and better, and he can do it all. The more he hones in his shot and shot creation off the dribble, he's a 3-level scorer. And then combo that with his defensive ability and his ability to get to the hoop. I'm not surprised though. I just want him to keep getting better.
You mentioned the kind of ups and downs with your tenure here. What did it mean to you to kind of go out on a high note, getting back to kind of that all-star caliber play and just kind of going out on sort of good terms? Yeah,
I mean, you have to ride the roller coaster. I've always put Chicago at the forefront, try to do the best I could for them. You're going to have ups and downs in life, and you just got to learn how to deal with them. I think that last year I was telling the guys, I was like, look, they're playing really fast, and before I got traded, I was like, we were playing the same way, getting it up fast, playing free. That's good. I mean, they're playing so well right now. That's the reason that they're 4-0. But even for me, like I had a couple injuries. I had some high points. I had some low points. Loved and hate you guys at certain points, but that's part of it. I never doubted my talents or the way I approached the game. I know what I just needed to get healthy. So I think I showed that last year.
Zach, 4 30-point games for you already, but 1-4 record. What's it going to take for you guys to kind of figure it out and make the good outweigh the bad?
I mean, we want the wins, and I think that we're playing at a level to where we could have them. It's we're just not putting a complete game together. I think it's tale of two halves. From the first game in Phoenix to the Laker game, we've been leading in a lot of these games. We led today at halftime. We led in OKC, but it's not just one half. And we have a new group of guys. We have a new coach, but no one's gonna feel sorry for it, especially not in the West. We have a game every single day. So it's figuring out how to get them, get it all together. You only get maybes and grenades and horseshoes, so it's not in basketball.
Did you at any point after the trade in February take some time to reflect on your legacy, your tenure here, and kind of how you want to sort of leave that, whether it be after trade over the summer, going to this game tonight?
Yeah, I know. I did a lot of good in Chicago. In the Bulls uniforms, in the community, as a person, as a teammate. I know the good I did. I just wish I could have won more here. But sometimes you do the best you can with it. And none of us try to lose. I damn sure don't. But you played the cards that you're dealt, and you play them to the best of your ability. I feel like I did that, and I appreciate each and every moment that I've had here, and and I'll continue to be a fan of this team and this organization. unless I'm playing against them. But it's nothing but love from me. So my tenure here, I've enjoyed every piece of it, and I won't forget that.
Willie was asked about why you couldn't win here, and he brought up Lonzo's injury. Do you kind of look at that as like, had he been healthy with all the core you had there, it might have been different?
We saw a glimpse of how good we were, but I think there's a lot of things that go into that as well, and it takes a winning mindset from top to bottom, and we just didn't get it done. And sometimes you have to live with it. You have to look yourself in the mirror, and everybody else does as well, figuring out why it didn't work. But each and every day we were trying our best to. But in this league, when it doesn't happen, then you got to figure out you restart, you rebuild, you go younger, and that's what they did. I respect their decision, and I'm glad to see how good they're doing right now.
To that point, Zach, you've probably heard the Bulls West comments with the Kings, with you and DeMar, and even with Domas having maybe some similarities with Vooch. Like, do you see that comparison? And does it in your mind? Do you kind of think like, can it work the way you guys had it working here at one time?
I think it's two different teams, just because you have a couple. You have two pieces that played together. I don't think it's not the same organization. It's not the same timing. It's not the same supporting cast. I think it's totally different. You guys can think what you want, but it's two different situations. We got to do the best we can and play to our identity and put ourselves in the best situation to win with this team. And we're still figuring that out.